I feel very happy. It's a milestone and I thank God. I'm prepared to work to make sure I achieve my goals as a youth and to achieve the development of my country.
Anachosema Mheshimiwa Jaji Mkuu na ambacho sisi pia tunakiunga mkono.
What the judge says is that we should consider and see if our laws meet the ways of the 21st century, meaning the world is growing very fast and we need to go with that pace.
Following the recent increase of petrol and diesel prices in the country, motorists in Songwe region have been crossing the border to neighboring Zambia in search of the commodity, selling out between 700 to 800 shillings in comparison to the current 2,290 to 2,526 shillings in the region.
Kule ni bei ni kubwa, kwa mfano kwenye lita ni 2500 na ngapi 32, lakini huko lita ni 1100.
The liter is 2,532 shillings, while here the liter is 1,700. So one thinks it is better to come and buy oil here to save a little money.
Moto sana kwa abiria. Achana na abiria, lakini hata kwa mapato kwa serikali hayaji huko.
Even revenues from the government are declining. My advice, instead of levying taxes on fuel, then they should add to alcohol and cigarette. Oil affects everyone. There has already been a transportation challenge. If our president hears us, then please reduce these taxes.
The Ministry of Land, Housing and Human Settlement Development, in collaboration with the Ministry of Union and Environment, has officially launched a national project to restore land quality and food security, as well as hand over 750 customary land certificates to residents of Sukuma Ward, Magu District, Mwanza region, with Minister Lukuvi giving the region's land commissioner 1 month to ensure residents of the remaining 23 villages receive their land ownership deeds.
These villages which have been examined, but the Commissioner has not released certificates, I give you 1 month for the public to receive land certificates and know the boundaries of their land. Every village must have a land certificate that refers the real boundaries of the villages. We have measurement equipments in the regional office. Measuring this land is done free of charge, so all villages can be given village land documents. The world is affected by great environmental challenges. Forests are disappearing, deforestation is extreme, and climate change has been a challenge. Today we are witnessing the drought. Please, I urge you, the people of Mwanza region, to continue taking care of the environment. The whole project is about $50 billion, most of which comes from the government, but comes from cash and in the other form of other projects that the government is implementing, including manpower, equipment, land allocation, drilling, tree planting, and so on.
The Ministry of Foreign Affairs and East Africa Cooperation is expected to take part in a joint commission of cooperation with Kenya as part of implementation of directives issued during President Samia Suluhu Hassan's state visit in Kenya.
Masuala kuhusu ushirikiano wetu kupambana na hili janga la COVID.
And how we will partner to see how we deal with it, and it was a challenge on business issue boundaries. Kenya is now a member of the United Nations Security Council, and he is our speaker. When she came to visit President Samia Suluhu Hassan in Kenya, we have discussed various issues, and every condition we need to work is the reality of ways to remove obstacles. We are certainly going forward and taking actions.
The East Africa Community has signed an agreement with the East Africa Business Council, EABC, to form a team of experts who will address business challenges among member countries.
EABC technical working group is officially launched.
We commit as EABC to drive this agenda. We commit to work with everyone. We commit to strengthen our Apex organization in the region. We commit to address those issues at the border.
That is the end of national news. International news follows next.
Are you ready for some great news? I'm Christine Mundwa.
And I am Eddie Micah Jr. with the brand new DW News Africa,
The show that tackles the issues shaping the continent.
now with more time to offer an in-depth look at all the trends that matter to you.
What's making the headlines and what's behind them?
We're on the streets to give you in-depth reports and insights.
DW News Africa.
Welcome back, and in international news tonight. President of Uganda, Yoweri Museveni, has ordered security officers to take stern action, including arresting those who have been disseminating false information on his death, with others saying that his death is in critical condition. Moving on south, the African court has rejected former South African President Jacob Zuma's request to postpone his current prison term a day after he handed himself over to police to begin a 15-month sentence. Now, Zuma is currently imprisoned in the Escort Correctional Center for failing to obey a court order to testify at a judicial commission during his term as South Africa's president from 2009 to 2018. Despite turning himself in on Wednesday night, Zuma has challenged his sentence. He has one more legal bid to be released, which will be heard by the Constitutional Court by country's apex court on Monday. Moving on, President Uhuru Kenyatta of Kenya has continued to defend his government following criticism from his opponents who have been claiming that Kenya has been borrowing excessively from abroad. The statement comes after Deputy President William Ruto accused President Uhuru Kenyatta of taking big foreign loans when the national debt has increased to 7.9 trillion shillings.
Ukisikia Raila akiongea unasikia anasema infrastructure, infrastructure, infrastructure. Anaelewa ni nini inatakikana. Ukisikia Kalonzo akisema ni hiyo, anaelewa ni nini inatakikana. Sio tu kuongea kwa sababu unataka kuchafua fikira za vijana. Lazima uwe na mpango. Na mpango uwezi uwe naye usipofikiria mahitaji yale ambaye mwishowe itasaidia mwananchi kujisimamia. Mwananchi hataki kupewa, anataka apatiwe uwezo.
And that is the end of international news. Business news follows next after the break.
Business Edition, and meet business leaders and experts who keep you informed on business and economic developments taking place in the country, such as tourism, construction, energy, transport, mining, agriculture, communication, banking, real estate, and more. Business Edition on Friday at 8:15 p.m. only on Capital Television.
Welcome back, and in business news. Mobile phone company Tigo has launched new 4G phones in the market, being part of their company's aim of enabling customers to get the latest technology to access various services.
Aina ya Infinix Hot 10i ambayo itakuwa inapatikana kwenye maduka ya Tigo.
Infinix Hot 10i will be available in all Tigo shops and Infinix shops at a cost of 300,000 shillings, with internet offer of 78 GBs to be used in a year, where every month a buyer will be given free 6.7 GBs. Kilimanjaro Region Commissioner Stephen Kagaigai has called on Tanzania Revenue Authority TRA to provide taxpayer education to business people who conduct their activities at home in order to avoid paying taxes, with others using small traders' ID cards to distribute their goods. He said they have been causing the government to incur loss in revenues.
Kuna baadhi ya wafanyabiashara kama nilivyosema ambao hawajaelimika vya kutosha kujua nini faida.
Some traders who are not aware of transparency in their business activities. I have advised TRA to continue providing education on impacts of doing business without transparency. Recognized traders never complain because their records are found in the database, although we are left with a few who forget their tax responsibility as traders. And mobile phone manufacturer Tecno has launched a new smartphone, Tecno Phantom X, in the market in Tanzania.
Specification ya kwanza tumezungumzia ukubwa wa memory.
It has memory of 666 GB, a capacity that will allow users to safely save their data and documents easily.
Kwa hivyo niwaombe tu sisi tulioko humu walioko manyumbani tuendelee kusupport vitu vizuri kama hivi.
I call on everybody to continue supporting such good things that investors are bringing in the country from Far East. And that is the end of business news. Sports news follows next.
Away first time, good start from Bolt. Bolt leading a moment of going away. Gay trying to go with him, and he's going being dragged through the second place, but he's going to win it by 2 meters. Away first time, good start from Bolt. Bolt leading a moment of going away. Gay trying to go with him, and he's going being dragged through the second place, but he's going to win it by 2 meters. Opposition, Marquinhos, he did lose to Lynn.
Welcome back, and in sports news. Simba Queens are in Group A of the CAF Women's Champions League qualifiers for Sekafa Zone. Here's more on the story.
Simba have been put in Group A with Lady Doves WFC of Uganda and PVP FC of Burundi. Sekafa has 4 groups from which winners will head to the CAF Women's Champions League, which will take place in Egypt.
The Young Africans management has appointed Mohamed Hussein Daima as the new coach of the women's team Yanga Princess. Here's more.
Yanga have appointed Machinga as their new Princess coach following the stepping down of Edna Lema, aka Mourinho. Lema had took the team to the final last year with Machinga as her assistant, but decided to step down anyway for personal reasons.
For the first time in history, spectators have been barred from most Olympic events after a 4th state of emergency was declared in Tokyo. Here's the story.
Organizers had been planning to allow up to 10,000 spectators at venues, despite fears it could lead to the Olympics becoming a super spreader event. However, they were forced to perform a U-turn after a spike in cases of the Delta variant. The move is the latest blow to the troubled Games, delayed by a year because of the COVID-19 pandemic and plagued by a series of setbacks, including massive budget overruns. Japan's Prime Minister Yoshihide Suga said the decisions had been taken after Tokyo reported 920 new coronavirus infections, the highest number since May, and over fears the virus could spread as people arrived from home for the summer holidays.
Giannis Antetokounmpo had a historic 42-point, 12-rebound performance, but it was not enough as the Phoenix Suns took Game 2, 118-108, to go to 2-0 up in the NBA Finals.
Devin Booker hit 7 of his team's postseason franchise record 23-pointers while scoring 31 points as the Suns overcame a playoff career best performance by Milwaukee's Antetokounmpo. Seeking the first NBA title in their 53-year history, the Suns will hit the road as the scene shifts to Milwaukee for Games 3 and 4 on Sunday and Wednesday night. En route to their 8th win in 10 home games this postseason, the Suns grabbed an 11-point halftime lead and kept the Bucks at arm's length throughout the final 24 minutes.
And Diego Simeone has signed a new contract with Atletico Madrid. Here's more on the story.
The Argentine coach is now tied to the Spanish champions until 2024. As well as Simeone, members of his coaching staff, Oscar Ortega, Pablo Vercelone, Nelson Vivas and Hernan Bonfivini, have all been tied to 3-year deals. The former Atletico took over as coach in 2011. The 8 trophies he has guided the club to is more than any coach in the Rojiblanco's history has ever won.
And that Sports Item ends our news bulletin for tonight. My name is Khadija Zimbo. Thank you for watching and good night.
This week on Culinary Delight.